Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To them, my friends, in last couple of weeks, that we are talking about 37 factors of enlightenment. And these 37 factors of enlightenment, as a marga, it explains us that liberation or enlightenment is not far as long as we follow or practice this path. Thing is, if everyone, most of the people in this world searching to have the meaning of their life, they want to know something or looking for, that what makes them happy. What is the, or they want to escape from this life, or they want to create a life, or they want to expect a new life for them. Such are all things you will find in people. So, if someone is willing to know the Dhamma, someone is willing to understand what is the liberation is, and when they are searching, they will find only this thing, that this 37 factors of enlightenment covers everything. As you think, Supreme Buddha once mentioned, appamada, the diligence, So that is like an elephant foot. So all the good things can include or can come under the diligence. Like all the animals in the forest, their footprint can, or elephant's footprint can overcome everyone else. In the same way, diligence is also that appamada. For in this world, whoever searching for truth, whoever willing to find the meaning of their life, whoever wanting to escape from this journey of samsara, and they are searching for the path, they can only find these 37 factors of enlightenment, which directly leads to that point. In majority of times, in the different religions or sects, you will find some of the part is mentioned, but does not have the clarity. So that's why Buddha explained these 37 factors are works in together, and they build up our life so we can realize enlightenment. And these 37 factors, that what we are learning, you will find that they are all taking us up to one direction, where to realization of Noble Eightfold Path. First one is for Satipatthana. Satipatthana is a practice. Chattaru Satipatthana is a practice. So you can mold your body, mold your feelings, mold your mind, and then phenomena. So you can have better understanding of you and surrounding. As we learn each class, that what is the Satipatthana does for us. So this does one by one. First, it goes focus on your body. So you will be aware that what this body is, what it made from, how it looks, how the different parts are there, and awareness of this body, how much attraction you have toward, how much you want to lose. These all things you understand, notice. Then the feelings based on this body, what it arises, that we study. Then the mind, whenever any feeling arises, any feeling comes to our mind, so any feelings comes to our body, we process with our mind, and that mind is, it is a desirable, it is a, or You can say hatred, hateful, or disillusion. That one is there. And then based on that thinking, the phenomena, how we proceed with it, when the lustful or when the desirable thing is there, we give chance to grow. Some of the time, when it is hateful, we try to stop it. That phenomenon we study. So when we have this knowledge, when we know that what we are doing, then what? So the Buddha explained, Chattaro Sammapadana, the four right strivings. Try for what? To be on proper path. Simple way, you can say, when you are driving the car or when you are on the highway, what it explains? It shows the speed limit. Time to time shows speed limit. There are some of the highways that it is divided into the lines. If you are driving 120 and you will drive in that line, if you are not going that much fast, you have to come outside little bit. Some of that. So it mentioned, it shows the direction. There are different warnings are there you can find. In the same way, when the path of enlightenment is there, to be steady, to be progressive, to walk continuously on the path, this sammapadana, the right striving, will help us to maintain our course toward enlightenment. That is the purpose of this Chattaro Sammapadana. And we're going to learn how that it is can be fulfilled in our day-to-day life. Okay. Simply think of this. We are not, or not think, we are not enlightened yet, or we are not stream enterer yet. We haven't entered in the path of enlightenment. We haven't become a true disciples in a way to the Supreme Buddha. We are practitioners. We are hoping, we are practicing to achieve that. So the task is more harder for us. The subject who knows very well, for them, solving math or solving problems becomes easier. But someone is very new, for them, it takes more time. You can see when you are renovating your kitchen or anything, at that time, you are just thinking that how I will renovate this and that. And if you hire someone, immediately within 2 days, they break the woods and immediately they fill and beautifully they create. Why? For them, it's more easy. They know that all the skills. For us, if someone is renovating themselves, it takes longer time. Some of that, it is common in Canada, US, that they like to renovate themselves. Some of the stuff they want to do. They want to do that. So what they do, they after finishing their work at evening time, every day they do something little bit work. So for them, it takes months sometime. But for others, it does not. Skillful. So the someone who has realized the Four Noble Truths, such a person is like a skilled worker. For that person, the rest of journey is easy. They can finish it easily. But for us, like you and me, it takes more effort. It takes steady continuity. If you think that you are renovating yourself and you are doing 1 day work and rest of week you are not doing anything, your house will never gonna complete in this lifetime. So if you're practicing every day, you are doing this meditation or this sammapadana, the strivings, that help us to be continuous. How? Supreme Buddha mentioned, Chattaro me bhikkhave sammapadana, because there are these four right strivings. Katame chattaro, and what for? Ita bhikkhave bhikkhu anupannanam papakanam apusalanam dhammanam anupadaya chandang janeti vayamati viryang arabati chittang paggannati padahati. So the meaning of this word is that Bhikkhus, a bhikkhu generate desire for the non-arising of unreasonable, unwholesome states. He makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind, and strives. So, how many things are happening? First, he developed desire. For what? The unwholesome thoughts which has not been arrived yet in our life. Like the bad qualities which is you don't possess yet, but you may get it because of association, because of the world how is thinking, you know. So some of the wrong things are always tempting to us. And we haven't tried, we haven't practiced. But for them, the desire what we have, you know, that we want to try, we want to see. We don't want to fall out from the world. For that, unwholesome things which not has been arisen in our life. If you haven't steal something, but it's tempting to steal. You haven't killed anyone, not anyone, a human being, but animals also. So that is tempting, you know. Like in the shows or in the culture, it shows fishing is good, you know. It's a bonding time for some of people think, oh, but the way they are explaining to us, if someone has not gone for fishing yet, how they think, let me try to do that, you know. So that thing which is not means killing animals in that way, it is not have you haven't practiced yet, but you are thinking to go there. So unwholesome thoughts or unwholesome thing, which is not arising yet in your life, you haven't practiced yet in your life, to stopping, not to give chance to do that. What you do, you first develop desire. I do not want to develop, I do not want to do any unwholesome things which I haven't done. That is the first. Developing desire. You need will to do this. You need will. Without willpower, without strength, without your mind, we are always submissive. So, developing chandang janiti means develop desire. Vayamati, it means taking effort. You do something for that. So what do you do? Whenever something is happening which is you don't like yet, whenever you don't want to do, you see the drawbacks of it. You think, oh, it is waste of time. I'm going to harm someone. These things, you know, or you try to engage yourself in something else. So vayamati means practicing something instead of that, for taking effort to stop it. Viryang Aravati means develop the strong energy. Energy for what? To stop it from doing that. And then Chittang Pagganati Padati, you make stronger determination that I do not want to give in this temptation. That is the first thing. That is the first thing Supreme Buddha mentioned. And this effort, this energy, this strong determination, for what? To stop you or stop ourselves from doing or practicing or letting unwholesome thoughts, thinking arise in our mind, arise in our life. That one. Then Supreme Buddha mentioned second, what? For uppannanam papakanam akusalanam dhammanam. Uppannana means already has arisen in our life. Like simple thing, majority of people are now takes drinking, you know, they enjoy alcohol. And they give the different explanations. They are praising about that. Nothing is harming, it's okay to do and that. It is already arisen in our life. You know, that is akusala, that is wrong things that we know very well. So this akusala, as we know, but we still have the connection with it. And we are unable to get loose. We're unable to lose. There's so many things like now in these days, This world has changed completely. They are saying engaging in sexual misconduct is okay. For that, many ways they have explained. Such an unwholesome deed. When this world is justifying, we also think, okay, whatever I have done, it's not wrong, it's not unwholesome. So regret and remorse that we form does not happen there. Supreme Buddha says, such a thing, such a behavior, such a action, such a thoughts, even the verbally we will say, these are the horizon akusala, which is already has been in our life. We already has been practicing such a thing, uppannanam papakana. The akusala which has already arisen in our life, akusalam dhammanam pahanaya, to stop them, to abstain from them, to get rid of them, he developed desire. Like majority of people when they come to the Buddhism, when they are looking towards Supreme Buddha, why they come? To find the peace, find their life to be meaningful. They want to live happily. They want to achieve something better. And when the Buddha explained to them, okay, give up these things, what you are practicing. This person who is really want to learn himself, who want to understand himself, what he does? He thinks of Supreme Buddha and he get rid of those things. First, what Supreme Buddha said, like 5 precepts. Why the Buddha gave the 5 precepts? So you can abstain from doing harmful things in your life. Akusala, 5 precepts are when someone observe and practice. So these 5 precepts are the way to uppannananga kusalana, papakananga kusalana dhammana, pahanaya. For that, these 5 precepts are. So disciple, what it does? As we know, it's very hard to practice 5 precepts. It's very hard. Some of the time, without knowing, immediately we tell lie. This happened. Supreme Buddha mentioned for that to be practicing, to be steady on that. What you need? Chandan janeti. You need willpower. You need willpower to maintain that. Vayamati. You need effort to continue path. Viryangaravati. You arouse energy. You develop energy to keep there. Chittang pagganati padati. You make stronger determination. I am going to practice this. I'm not saying that we always succeed, but every time when we practice or observe precepts, we say, today I'm going to try, I will try to do this. And you may find if any person, any disciple who is continuously thinking of this, I want to follow 5 precepts. I want to keep it, protect it. And for longer time, is every day they wake up and they think, these are the 5 precepts, and I am going to try to protect it. Every day at night also, when they come and think, okay, these 2 precepts I have broken today. So I accept this mistake, and tomorrow I will try to do better. And you will find how this mental process will take. After a couple of months, you will find that you have become or you have come to that state when you are completely protecting 5 precepts. There is no breaking it. Or when the chance comes, you are aware and you find the place. That happens. That happens. That's how the monks practice their life. Because we come from the same background as common people. And when they listen to Supreme Buddha's teaching, for maintaining the holy life, for maintaining the life, for that it needs. Then Supreme Buddha says, this is true for the akusala dhamma, the unwholesome things, or evil unwholesome things, deeds, or state of mind. Supreme Buddha mentioned 2 things. Then he mentioned for the better 2 one. Which one? Supreme Buddha mentioned that anupannanam kusalanam dhammana uppadaya. the wholesome state of mind, the good wholesome state which has not been arisen in our life yet to arise, you know, he generates desire for the arising of unrisen wholesome state. For that, Chandang Janeti, Vayamati, Viryangaravati, Chittang Paggarnati, Padati. That happens. Everything one by one does. For what? Which goodness, the good things which not has been arising yet. Like, so Bhante, how I can do these things, how I can practice generosity in continuous effort every day. Like when the Supreme Buddha says that if someone understands the meaning of generosity as myself, then such a person will not eat food without offering to someone else. Or when he having the last bite, he sees someone, he will give to that to others. Such a thing Supreme Buddha mentioned about generosity. And as we notice, we do not have that much desire to practice generosity. We have in some extent because we think that households and everything, and that's true. But generosity is not just a material thing. Whenever you share the good things, when you say thank you, when you say something good, when you explain to something, that is one of the way of generosity. So when you understand that I'm doing the same thing, I'm doing that, then some of the people has a difficulties of practicing the 8 precepts. They haven't heard before, but now they want to know. So the wholesome state is to practice. If someone is practicing 5 precepts and now they want to go further, so the wholesome state of mind, which is not yet they have practiced, for that they take effort, they take practice. Like practicing meditation. Every day it's very hard to do. So many times we think, okay, I don't have time now. I'm doing this and that and that. But if someone is willing to do that, if someone is taking that effort, such a person will always find time to have. Always. Some of the meditation does not need to close your eyes. Some of meditation does not need to stop everything what you are doing from. It needs just awareness that you are here practicing. That thing we have to understand about meditation. That is to say, Anupannanam Kusalanam Dhammanam. The wholesome state which has not been arisen yet to arise. He developed desire, Chandan Janiti, Vayamaki Viryangarvati, Chittang Paggarnati Padati. Chittang Paggarnati Padati makes stronger willpower, takes desire, strive, takes stronger effort. Make his mind completely. I want to do this. That is called Chittang Paggarnati Padati. Then, last one is Supreme Buddha says, Uppannanam Kusalanam Dhammanam Thitiya. The wholesome state which already has been arisen in our life. So, what a wholesome state we have? We are disciple of Supreme Buddha. That is the wholesome thing. We are taking effort to practice meditation. That is wholesome thing. We are taking effort to practice sila, 5 precepts. That is wholesome state. Then what is the wholesome? That we are willing to listen to Dhamma. That is wholesome state. See, in this world, how many people are there? They are really love to hear the Dhamma talk. Very few amount. Why I should go and listen that? What will solve? I know what is good for me. I know what is good for others. What is bad for me, bad for others. We know that. But then why? Why I should listen? So that thing, wholesome state, what people have, like I want to listen Dhamma. I want to take care of, I want to worship bhikkhus. desire to see the people, who are practicing the path. For such a good thing, such a wholesome state, when we already have for them, kusalanang dhammanang thitya. Thitya means to make it stable in your life, constant in your life, not to get loosened from there. Like some of the people, when they come to the monastery first time, second time, what they do, they see something, everything, they like that. They come for a couple of days, 1 week, 2 weeks, they practice meditations. And then what happened? Automatically, slowly, because of they give different reasons that I am busy, the workload is very high, you know, I'm unable, I live very far. And because of that, what happened? Slowly, they stop coming to the monastery. Slowly, they stop from practicing Dhamma, and everything falls back. That happens. We have seen in our Tohana monastery, we have noticed that for many times that happens. But for some people who are willing to do that, who are practicing Chitya, simply say the Joyi, she moved very far. She are unable to come to the monastery frequently, even though she has a desire, willing that we are all taking time apart from our busy schedule for what? To make continuous or constant effort to learn the Dhamma and practice it. For that continuity, what needed, Supreme Buddha says, the Titiya, to make the part of our life, does not matter where you go. You take Dhamma with you. You can go to the forest. You are unable to come to monastery, but you are still connected. And that connection happens when your mind is willing to tell. That's why Supreme Buddha explained, Uppannanam kusalanam dhammanam thitya, the wholesome state which is arisen in our life, to make it stable, maintain it as it is. Then, asammosaya, not to fall down, not to fall back. Bhiyo bhavaya, but to develop, increase in our life. Like one beautiful thing that what I was doing in these days, I'm doing the Dhamma talks in the Delhi. So here, early time, people were less practicing generosity. They are not much rich. They are very poor people. Day-to-day life they live. But still, they did not have that. But since I came here, I asked them, do small things. Okay, when we have Dhamma talk, offer tea. So it's cost only 200 rupees something. Offer the snacks for the, bring snacks for the kids. And that now, after this long effort, they are coming to me and they are saying, Bhante, next week, I am going to offer this tea and that. For first couple of weeks, we had to take effort to ask people. But now, they are doing by them. This week, we are Ambedkar's, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's passing away day is that, Remembrance Day. So we think that in Delhi it's very cold. So we ask people that the thought arises in our Bhante's mind that we should offer the blankets to the homeless people. How do you think of that? And immediately, I did not imagine. Immediately people said, Bhante, write down our name. I will give the donations. And that was really amazing thing to see from people. That is that one the Supreme Buddha said. I know that they are unable to do. They said, Bhante, I can do only one blanket. Someone said, Bhante, I cannot offer the entire blanket's money, but I will do 100 rupees, 150, 200 rupees something. And even though I'm happy, but they are taking initiative for that. The bhiyo bhavaya, the state what they were, for to increasement in their state of mind, that is called bhiyo bhavaya. For Dhamma practice, like we are doing every day, we are practicing the meditation. We begin with the 5 minutes. 5 minutes is enough for beginning. But when you increase it and when you enjoy that increasement, half an hour and pure half an hour without going here and there, that development is called Biyo Bhava, increasement. When you're practicing, when you're helping someone, that achieving that constant happiness is called Biyo Bhava. Goes for all the things. When you're practicing Satipatthana also, being aware, being mindful to increase, that is called Biyo Bhava. Vepullaya, to make it more and more bigger. Expand from yourself to others. Vepullaya. Bhavanaya means continuous practices. Bhavanaya means becoming part of or making part of our life. Paripurya, to fulfilling that. Fulfilling this everything. Not to get decreased, make it stable, not let it decrease, but to grow, to make it more bigger, so other can be part of that, to make the constant effort, makes the habit of ourselves and completing the path. That is called Dhammanam Titiya Asammosaya Viyo Bhavaya Vepullaya Bhavanaya Paripurya Chandanjaneti. Person develop desire. Desire can be wrong thing too, but for wholesome state, the desire is always good. One time when someone become enlightened, when the person become enlightened, that desire is already also finished. This desire also finished when someone is become enlightened, because they do not have to do something, will to do good, will to do bad. They do not have will to live or die. They are just existing. Their existence is also for others. They do not create the karma because they don't have the desire. But for us to abstain from the wrong desire, to develop something good, the wholesome things, for that desire, it's okay. So Chandan Janiti, Vayamati, Viryangaravati, Chittang Paggannati, Padahati. This is Supreme Buddha says. These are the 4 Sammapadana, 4 right strivings, effort to develop the path. And what the Buddha mention about this path? How the Buddha explained that as the river always drive toward downflow, river is always moving forward toward ocean. In such a way, these 4 Samma Pradhana Dhamma also travels us or move forward toward enlightenment. Their force, their path is toward that. Like all the trees, means everything is fall back to toward gravity. You throw something up, and it always fall on the earth. The gravity pulls you. In the same way, this 4 effort also, Samma Pradhana also pulls you, drags you toward enlightenment as long as you practice it. Supreme Buddha gave that simile to that. Then Supreme Buddha gave another simile to that. Supreme Buddha says, anyone who is surviving in this world, taking effort to do something, these all things are based on this prithvi, this earth. Every effort what you take, like you are making you are making iron, you are building your house, you are driving your vehicle, doing everything is creation is happening on the earth based on this patvi dhatu. Even our body is formed in this way. This body is keeping our water, air, the fire together in that way. So that one is also based on the patvi dhatu. So everything is helping us, or everything is sustaining on the patvi dhatu. In the same way, our path of enlightenment also holds you or based on these 4 right efforts. That we have to understand how much important it is this. Sammapadana. Without Sammapadana, there is no enlightenment. Without Sammapadana, there is no foundation of mindfulness. Without Sammapadana, there is no effort or what kind of bala, indriya, or uh, seven factors of enlightenment or Arya Ashtangik Marga. There is nothing like that. This one thing you should be mindful, being aware. Now, how to utilize it in our meditation techniques? Like when you are practicing Satipatthana, the four foundation of mindfulness, be aware of that. That this four foundation of mindfulness needs dedication, needs effort, takes time, and this four Sammapadana, the right strivings, provides you that. So when you are aware of that, you will automatically practice this. Supreme Buddha gave one of the beautiful simile another. What he says? Supreme Buddha says, Tisso ima bhikkave esana. That there are three kind of desire exist. Katama tisso, kamesana, the desire of sensual things. Bhavesana, desire of this being in this world. Brahmacharyesana, desire of practicing Dhamma. Supreme Buddha says, Tissannang esananang abhinyayam, for understanding these desires, these words. Esanan, abhinyayam, to realization. Parinyayam, to find it out. Parikkaya, investigate, for before realization or make the practice. And then pahana, to get rid of, finishing of them. Chattaro samavadana bhavetava, practice for right strivings. For what? If you have the desire for sensual work, if you have desire for the life, it's bhava, for the next life, the next life, and next life, or desire for this Dhamma practice, all these three things you have to do, you can do for the realization, for to understanding, for to investigate, for practicing, or get rid of or finishing it completely, totally finishing it. You need, Supreme Buddha says, Chattaro sammapadhana bhave tappa. You have to practice four right strivings. It means, in short, everything what we do, every part of the Dhamma is, you can bring it up to these four strivings. Means you have that, that is enough. There is another simile Supreme Buddha gave, Uddhabhagyanat Sayojana. So, because these are these five higher fetters, the bounding, that holds us in this our life. So, upper fetters. So, Supreme Buddha said, what five? The lust for form. In Pali it says, Ruparago, Aruparago, Mano, Uddacham, Avijja. It means the desire for forms, desire for not forms, or lust for formless, and conceit, and restlessness, ignorance. These are the five upper fetters that holds us in upper world. So, for getting rid of them also, to understanding them, Supreme Buddha says you have to practice four right strivings. So, when the Buddha explaining in this way about four right strivings, then we have to spend more time to understand that. What? Said that they are divided into four things. So everything and every process happens in that way. Like some of the things, the unwholesome things, which is not yet in our life. How much tempted we are to have them in our life. If someone in this world, it happens, continuously happening. Like one of my sister told me, she's a servant, so government job. In corruption is the part of system, and every time she said, I had several opportunity because our entire office works on bribes. And she said, I never took a bribe. I had always opportunity, but never took. But people are tempting all the time. They are asking, oh, madam, do these things, do this, I will do that, that, that. Some of the time they leave the envelope there. But so the tempting, the corruption is happens that it's always tempting. So such a thing which we do not had yet, but the world is forcing us in that way. It's very easy to give up our strength, give up for that, to keep it steady, keep it calm, keep it in that way. She said this time, and she said, when I asked, she had a recently promotion, okay, and couple of three other people were also on that road to same position, and everyone was offering money and she did not. But complete her staff, all the people gather, they call to the head office and they let her know, okay, she's suitable candidate to do that, and they provide the job to her. See, and what I'm saying that without bribe, if someone is that is a result of that karma. If she has practiced the bribe in her life in a way, then no one will ask her, no one will stand up for her. She was very happy when she told me the news last week. She told, and I saw this. See, the beauty of Dhamma still works in this world. When you are truthful to yourself and to your work, people always come forward. Maybe a little bit late, but still, there are always people to help us. Then I remember these things. When akusala, when you are not giving chance to do that, that effort takes longer strong will of strength, but it gives always fruit. I told that it was happy news for me, and I thought, okay, that is the way, the desire happens all the time, unwholesome things. This world is pulling us toward unwholesome, and to abstain from that, how much strength we need. That need Supreme Buddha mentioned here. Unwholesome is already part of our life, like some bad habits that we have, like Aryupavad, to see finding the mistakes in Dhamma, or the finding the mistakes in the monk life, or just explaining, oh, that is not suitable, this is not that. Or even in our life, what will happen to generosity? No need to do these things. Or simply say, if someone is addicted to drugs, someone is drinking, even for slightest things, someone is addicted to telling lies, those are unwholesome, already is there. Disrespect, already part of our life. Someone is doing disrespect all the time. That is unwholesome, or is an unwholesome, already exists in our life, for them to get rid of. Supreme Buddha's Dhamma is pureness, being human being. And how that human being can, as an infant, completely pure to heart. The infant does not know what to steal, does not know to disrespect anyone, does not have that thing. But with the society temptation on these all things, what the teaching is comes, we changed to coming back to that state, not to be infant, but to grow now, but with the pure qualities. That is the purpose of Dhamma. For that, what already arise in unwholesome things, to get rid of that, you take effort. And then wholesome state, which is not part of your life. Like some of you are not willing to do the completely practicing the 5 precepts. Some of us may not be able to think of that generosity is part, like or the worshipping the Supreme Buddha in a way. There is one thing is I found it here in India. There are Vipassana Kendra, Vipassana meditation centers are here in town, all the places. They have one tendency. Meditation is enough. We do not need anything else. Like we do not have to worship Supreme Buddha. We do not have to practice generosity in that way. We don't need anything. Meditating is the only path what Supreme Buddha mentioned. So that is a wrong view in a way. That is a wrong practice that they are doing. They don't have these things to develop the good things. For them, if they want to come to the Supreme Buddha's words properly, what they have to do? Wholesome qualities which has not been arisen yet, to give chance to, for the wholesome state to arise, he developed desire. We have to develop desire to that for that. And then practice can go further. And then last one, it is for you and me, all of us. Whatever the good qualities we have, to maintain, to keep it in our life, live with those good qualities. Whatever goodness we have found, to make those good qualities makes part of your life. Do not let them decrease, but to increase, to expand them, fulfill them. Your whole heart should be fulfilling. The generosity should be like that. I'm using generosity because it's direct effect. It gives a direct effect in our life. You may have noticed, or you know the one sutta called the Ghatikara Sutta. It is from the Majjhima Nikaya. When the Supreme Buddha visited the Ghatikara Brahman's home, he go himself inside, he took the food from the bowl and he eat. And mother and father were blind and Ghatikara was working outside. So they asked, who is this who is taking food from the pots? And he said, I am Supreme Buddha, Kashyap Buddha. And the mother or father was very happy to know. Just here, they did not offer themselves by hand because they are blind, they don't know. But they were very happy that Supreme Buddha took food at our home. By knowing, seeing that Supreme Buddha is there, realizing that Supreme Buddha mentioned 1 week of pure happiness was with them. And the Ghatikar, the pot maker, he was working. When he come back to home later time, when he heard that mother and father told him that Supreme Buddha is himself come and took food from our home, 15 days of pure happiness was with him. 15 days of pure happiness. So the pure happiness, it means your body feel that happiness, not just a mental state. You physically, you feel that feeling. See, slowly, we have same thing. When we do something good, we feel happy with our mind. We feel pleasure in our body, but it's for short time of period. Like when you are practicing loving kindness meditation, for first time when you do for someone, it's awkward what these words are, what I'm chanting. Is this the loving kindness? But when they do continuously for a long time, they feel that they don't need words anymore. Just sitting down in the meditation position and thinking, may all the beings live in peace and happy, they realize that is truly happening with them. And the sensation, the feelings, what they feel, it is really beloved one, desirable one. That to get expand, to increase that person, what it does more and more. And when that more and more happens, the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana appears. That is called Pepulla in that. And for the rest of the thing, that even in the Dhamma also, everything is impermanent as we know. So, last one is those to overcome everything. That is the 4 right strivings. Once you understand and make the part of your life, you will find your speed of practicing Dhamma has increased tenfold. So it means automatically you accelerate your vehicle and you're moving faster on your highway. So understand that. these four things, you will see how these four things will help us to develop the riddhi, psychic power, the four psychic power. We're going to learn like next week. So the four psychic power, how this right striving help us to get that psychic powers, and then how that becomes the part of our life for the faculties, for the powers. We will see. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoy and understand. So may this Dharma be helpful for you to develop or practice these four strivings in your life. Sa, sa, sa.